So this morning, a little lighter on the legs this morning, but still it's going to be a minute on and 20 seconds off. So 1 minute on, 20 seconds off. We're going to go through 4 times. And we've got a 2-way lunge, which is basically you're going to step forward and then step to the side. So it's a forward lunge here mixed with a lateral lunge. Same leg is going to go. So we'll do 30 seconds each side. Shoulder press. So find a weight that you can shoulder press about 8 times. That's typically 8 to 10 is kind of where you end up usually. So it'll be pressing 30 seconds each side. You can do that in any position, whether it's half kneeling, standing, however you want to do that. Side plank is just either from your elbow or from your, or with a straight arm. I'll probably be doing them with, for my elbow today. So that's just a side plank, 30 seconds each side. Hamstring walkout is new. I'll go over that really quickly because when we get to it, we'll be in the middle of the circuit. So think of like doing a glute bridge. So you do a glute bridge, pressing up here like this. You're going to keep your belly strong, and then using your heels, you're just going to walk out away from yourself, keeping your butt and the back of your legs strong as far as you can get without arching your back, and then walk back in. Okay, so it's just kind of this slow march where you're marching your feet out and then back in. So you can go at your speed there. Remember, we are doing it for a minute. Number one thing is when your feet are out, when your feet are pushed away from you, make sure you're not like arching your back way up to try to keep your butt off the floor. Okay, the work should be done with your hips and the back of your legs. The cool thing about that is you can, number one, you can go at your speed. Number two, you can walk out as far as you need to, right? So this is, everybody can modify this to meet what they need. So that's the hamstring walkout. Should be feeling that in the butt, in your butt and back of your legs. And then a 1-arm row. So you can do that with a band. So maybe it's a half kneeling row where you're pulling a band. You can also use a dumbbell, just posting up here like this, and pulling that weight up towards the ceiling. We'll do 30 seconds each side. You can use any variation of row that you want there, or anything that you're equipped for. Okay, so highlight me here. All right, well, let's go ahead and get on the rollers. Starting off on the back of your legs today. One thing that might work too is as I'm describing, if you have a tennis ball or like a baseball or something like that around, start rolling your feet, so moving your feet around on it, just to kind of start to get that tissue loosened up. There's also a lot of nerves in the bottom of your feet, so we want to start to get things working there. So just rolling your barefoot or your, you can have your socks on too, rolling around on the bottom of or on a baseball or some sort of ball is a good way to get started. Then when we pick it up with the roller, we're basically gone from our toes all the way up to our shoulders. Rolling the back of your thighs now on your hamstring. Remember we talked about yesterday, if you need more roll on your hamstring, go ahead and stack your feet up. You can stack your legs on top or cross your legs. Then you've only got one leg on the roller at a time. All right, moving up to your hips. Remember in here, you're just looking for something that is something that's sore or something that's a little more tender than the other areas. Go ahead and switch sides. And good. Let's roll over on your side. We're going to get that spot between your hip bone and the crest of your hip. So it's still kind of your hips, but it's a little bit higher than you can get from sitting on it.
I know what he's talking about.
Good. And rolling over, you can kind of roll across your back as you go. And we're moving to the other side. And good. All right. Let's put shoulder blades on the roller. We're just rolling on your back here. All right, we're going to roll your lats today. So this muscle that's on the kind of goes down the side back of your ribs. So as you have your shoulder blades on the roller, you're going to lift one arm up, and then you're going to rotate or roll yourself over to that side a little bit. You can keep your hips on the ground. That'll take some weight off, but you should be under your armpit here, right? So you should be under your armpit, not up in your armpit, pushing your shoulder blade around. That can get kind of uncomfortable. And switching to the other side if you haven't yet. And good. Okay, so we're gonna try to roll like the front of your shoulder here, or kind of where your chest meets your shoulder. This can get a little bit awkward depending on the kind of roller you have or the equipment that you have. But if you're laying on your front, right? So if I'm laying on my belly, I'm gonna put the edge of the roller kind of right where my shoulder meets my chest. Okay, so it's kind of up off to the side here. And then you're gonna sort of pin that spot down, and then you'll take your arm and do sort of like a snow angel, like you're facing the ground. Okay, so what it looks like is kind of propping your chest up on that roller. You can fix that, move it around however you need to. These short ones are really good for it because they have rounded ends, so you can kind of get the rounded end up in there. And then you're just waving your arm over it like this. It should feel like someone is massaging your chest, kind of right around your armpit area. And you can move the roller around in there to try to find a spot that works. Let's spend 10 more seconds on that first side, and then we'll switch.
Right here.
And switch it up. So we want, again, we're not looking to be right on the front of the shoulder. So if you can, we want to work it into like this chest area here. Right, so not on the front of your shoulder where it feels like it's just pressing bones, but we want to be pressing the muscle here. And good. Okay, while we're on the floor, we're gonna kind of continue that shoulder work. Just move the roller off to the side. Let's go ahead and press your hips up. So we're just gonna hold this plank position here, or the glute bridge position, and then reaching up into the letter Y, sliding your hands along the floor, trying to keep your hands on the floor and get your elbows into your back pockets. So we reach up and we slide down. We're going to go for about 20 more seconds here. Wherever you get a stretch, you can pause there for a second. But we do want to go through the motion, seeing if you can improve how low you can get or how close you can get your elbows to your back pockets while keeping your hands on the ground. 10 more seconds. And good, relax. Let's keep that glute bridge. We're just gonna make your belly strong here. And we're gonna just do a march. So everything should freeze except you're just picking up your foot. Doesn't have to go far. You're basically just taking weight off of it. But we wanna start to get things warmed up because we are gonna be doing that hamstring walkout. So we're just getting everything. So this is a hip warm up. It's also a core warm up because every time you pick up a different foot, your core has to adjust. In fact, if you put your fingertips there, you can kind of feel how things shift around. And relax your hips down to the floor. Let's roll over on your side. Knees together, or you can prop your knee up on your roller if you still have it next to you. We're going to open up. Fingertips together every time. So every time you come back together, fingertips are going to touch. Then we open up. Another way to do this, you don't have to do it with your arm. If we just think about opening your chest up towards the ceiling, you want that big rotation in your upper back. We'll go 5 more seconds. Don't let the roller move. So as you open your shoulder back, you should be pushing the roller forward almost. All right, switch it up. As you open, you're going to exhale. So inhale as your fingertips are touching. As you open up, exhale. Five more seconds. And relax. All right, let's come up to all fours. From here, we're just going to go one leg out to the side and pushing hips forward and backward. So we're getting a groin stretch here. Really sitting back towards your heel, then push your hips all the way forward into a push-up position. Let's switch sides. And good. Coming up to a push-up position. You're gonna reach your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Going for a hamstring stretch, letting your heels drop down towards the floor. If you want to shift, you can shift from side to side here. Just kind of pass the stretch back and forth. Working your heels down toward the ground. Trying to work your way down so that you're a nice straight line from your tailbone through your fingertips. And hips down into the push-up position. We're going to bring one foot forward, up next to your hand. So we get a stretch here. You can drop your back knee to the ground if you want. And take that foot back to a push-up position. And we're going to switch sides. And good, let's go ahead and stand from there. Okay, so we're going to do a different two-way lunge for warm-up. So we're going to step forward, and we're going to take that same foot and step right through to the back. So step forward, step back. So basically you're planting one foot here, and you're going to lunge around it. So do that for about 20 seconds total, 15 more seconds. And good, let's switch sides. Okay, and relax, good. All right, so like I said, we're gonna go a minute on, 20 seconds off. Hold the weight that you want, and if you are gonna do a band row, you should have a band around. We do have 20 seconds in between, so you can have some time to change it over. But we go two-way lunge. That's gonna be planting one foot, forward lunge, lateral lunge, forward lunge, lateral lunge. After 30 seconds, I'll call it out, we'll switch sides. Shoulder press. Diane. Thanks for joining us, Diane. Glad you could get moving this morning. Okay, so the workout's in the chat again. So we got the two-way lunge, shoulder press. You can do that however you want, whether it's half kneeling or standing. I'll probably just do mine standing. A side plank, be on your elbow on either side. Remember the modification there is bent knees. So if you bend your knees and you do it from your knee to your elbow, it's going to be easier than if you have straight legs. Just now realized that I put it in privately. Okay. Hamstring walkout. That's the one we talked about. You're going to be in that glute bridge position and walking your feet in and out. So we're here nice and strong. Keep your belly strong because it'll keep you from arching your ribs up. And we just walk heels out as far as you can without arching your back and walk them back in. Okay, so that's the glute bridge walkout. Do that at your pace for a minute. Last one is a row. So find either a weight that works, and you can just do that row like this, or you can use a band looped to something. I'll probably just put it around my feet. Okay, so should be ready to go here. All right, you got the weight you want to use. If you're using a weight for the two-way lunge, we'll go for 1 minute, starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So you're just sticking with one side right now. I'll call out the switch. Ten seconds left on this side. And switching sides. Fifteen seconds left. Five, 2, 1. Relax. 20 seconds rest. Shoulder press is next. All right, here we go, shoulder press. We're gonna go 30 seconds each side. Shoulder press this for 30 seconds. Still don't love the orange one. 5 seconds on this side. And switch. 10 seconds. And time. 20 seconds to rest. Side plank is next. Then we'll stay on the floor for the hamstring curl. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. You can do it from an elbow or from your hand. Halfway there. Making sure you got that perfect posture, nice and long from your heels up through the back of your head. 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. You just roll right over because the clock's going to keep going. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, 20 seconds to rest. Glute bridge is next, or the hamstring walkout. This will be a lot of your first experiences with this. Ready, and here we go. Remember, we're just walking in and out for a full minute here. With the farther your heels are away from you, the harder it gets. So keep that in mind. You can always moderate it as you need to. Should be going at a pace where you get about, I don't know, 3 or 4 every 30 seconds. We're halfway through here. Your heels should be pushing through the floor, not your toes when you're in close to you. 15 seconds left. This is a core challenge. It's obviously challenging your hips and the back of your legs. 3, 2, 1, and relax. 20 seconds till the row. We're going to be rowing 30 seconds each side. Ready, and 2, 1, go. So I'm just stepping into a band in between my feet here. I'm going to pull up one side at a time. Three seconds, 2, 1, switching sides. For this, let's have your palm either neutral, that means facing your midline, or palm facing you, right? So we shouldn't have the underhand grip here. We should have an overhand grip on whatever you're using. Either palm neutral or facing back behind you. And time. Okay, so we're back up to the top here. Two-way lunge. We are going through this 4 times today. So we're getting started on round 2. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. Five seconds. And switch sides. Ten seconds left on this side. And relax. Shoulder press is next. Try to start with the hand that you finished with last time on the shoulder press. 2, 1, here we go. At the top of that shoulder press, your palm should be facing forward. Five seconds. Switch sides. Ten seconds left. Three, 2, 1. Relax. Good. Side plank is next. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Remember, we're going 30 seconds each side here. Always checking that posture, making sure your chest isn't turned down facing the floor. You want your belly button to be facing straight forward. Your top foot should be just in front of your bottom foot, I guess, your foot that was, so we're not stacking feet up. Both feet are going to be on the floor. Your top foot's going to be just in front. And switch. Making sure to keep that nice proud posture. So chest is out, head is back. You shouldn't be able to look down at your toes. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and relax. Stand on the floor for the hamstring walkout. Keep your belly really strong and your ribs down. And don't lift your hips as high. 3 seconds, 2, 1, here we go. So on this walkout, if you have any low back tightness or anything like that, don't worry about pushing your hips up high towards the ceiling. All right, you can keep your hips to where your back is definitely not arching. You're not getting that low back crunch. So we don't want to be squeezing the muscles of your lower back. Right? We don't want to be doing a little like crunch, extending your low back. Just want to be using your butt and back your legs. So if that means your hips need to stay a little bit closer to the ground, that's totally okay. 20 seconds. If you find that walking out tightens up your low back, you can just hold a glute bridge here. That's totally fine too. There's lots of ways to adjust this one. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Row is next. Three, 2, 1, here we go. Remember, neutral grip or palm facing you. I just looped the band around my feet, so I'm stepping on it. You can kind of adjust the tension a little bit also. And good, switch sides, 30 seconds to go. One thing that's different about using a band here is that you can't really use momentum, because as you pull, instead of gaining momentum, the band is getting stiffer and harder to pull. 5 seconds left. So that's why I like mixing it up using a band. Time. Okay, halfway through. Five seconds left. Two-way lunge is coming up. Ready and go. If you want to switch that to a suitcase hold, you can. So you'll just hold it on the side that's planted. Hold the weight on the side that's planted. Five seconds left. Switch. Fifteen seconds left. Three, 2, 1. Relax. Shoulder press is next. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Making sure that palm's facing forward at the top. Belly stays strong. Try not to arch back and look at the ceiling. Want to be facing straight forward here. Three, 2, 1. Switching sides. Ten seconds left. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Side bridge coming up. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and side bridge. Here we go. Top foot set right in front. Remember to modify here. You can go bent knees or even just bending your bottom leg if you need like a halfway point. So bending your bottom leg and having your bottom knee on the ground also works as kind of a half step. And switching sides. Of course, if you bend your knees, if you bend both knees, you're going to stack them up right on top of each other. 15 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Hamstring walkout is next. Again, if your back is getting tight or anything with these, it's might be pretty common. And here we go. Just don't walk out quite as far, and really work on squeezing your cheeks, keeping your cheeks nice and strong as you reach out. It also helps to make your belly strong, like you just sneezed, right? So getting overly strong there, stronger than you think you need to be, by strengthening or by tightening your belly or your gut, you'll protect your low back and keep yourself from arching up. So really feeling like you're moving your legs, but it's against a super strong core. "15 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. Third set of rows coming up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Picking one side, palm facing the midline or behind you. Think about pulling your elbow up to the ceiling, like somebody's got a string tied to it, pulling it straight up to that ceiling. 5 seconds. And switch sides. Trying to keep that elbow pretty close to your ribs on the way through. Doesn't have to brush, but should be pretty close. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, last round coming up. Back to the lunges. Two-way lunge, one forward, one out to the side. And here we go, last round of these, here we go. Should be moving. "15 seconds left. 2, 1, switch sides. "10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, working to the last set of shoulder press here. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Three seconds, 2, 1, switching sides. Oops. 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Down to the floor for side plank. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Last set of side planks here. Ten seconds left. Two, 1, switching sides. Hold nice and strong here. Got 15 seconds left. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Last time on the walkout. Okay, 3, 2, 1, here we go. If you feel like it's better for you just to hold the glute bridge here, that's totally fine also. But just remember, your ribs are always going to be down. Right, so your ribs shouldn't be pushed up towards the ceiling. Bottom of your ribs should be almost like they're tied down to your waistband. Twenty seconds left. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, last set for the day coming up, last minute of work. Either band or dumbbell or kettlebell row. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Halfway down the first side. Three, 2, 1, switch. Halfway done here, 15 seconds of work left. 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1, relax. All right. Just because of the exercises today or the nature of the workout, heart rate probably won't be as high as some other circuits finishing up. But we still want to take a second, try to take some nice deep breaths. Might have more people in a standing posture today. Some days it's better to lie down. So we're just going to take 1 minute here. Hopefully we get to the point where you can control your breathing a little bit faster today. Standing up nice and tall. As you're standing tall, you're kind of checking your posture. Just like somebody's got a string on the top of your head, pulling it straight up towards the ceiling, staying nice and tall. Nice deep breath, fill your torso with air. You're pulling all the way deep down into your belly. Your ribs can also expand here. Take about 5 more breaths. Sometimes it helps to put your hand on your belly just to give you something to kind of breathe into. I also put my hand on my low back just to kind of keep my tailbone from rising up. That's sort of my posture. So I want to keep my tailbone down. And good. That's all we got for today. Remember, snow cones on Friday, 5:30 at the gym. Steve, I expect to see you and the girls.
Thank you.
You bet, Cecily. Have a great day. Yeah, 6 to 7 o'clock, snow cone party at the gym, outside the gym. And Hawaiian Ice Truck will be there. It's going to be right after the 5:30 workout, conveniently. So if you want to join the 5:30 workout, it won't make me sad if the morning group on Friday is a little bit smaller. Okay? So we'll see everybody. If we don't see you before Friday, hopefully we see you then. But otherwise, have a great day.
Thanks, Brian.
You bet. We'll see you.